All right, what's up? Peace. Coming at you guys today with a new video. You're going to be able to find this video not just on Facebook, you'll be able to find it on my YouTube page as well. And if you go to my YouTube page, you will also be able to see any other content that I've already created that's either dealing with political issues, social issues, as well as health issues or health topics. So with that being said, what is this video going to be dealing with? It is going to be dealing with a fruit that I love to eat, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys like to eat this fruit as well. But what you didn't know about this fruit is what it can do for you as far as from a man's perspective, as far as, sexual health. It can help keep that on track, as well as if you are a person that likes to go to the gym, lift weights, if you are an aspiring bodybuilder, it will help you in those areas as well. So the title of this video is going to be called Watermelon, Superfood for ED, which is erectile dysfunction, as well as muscle growth. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. So we're going to start off first with dealing with it from the perspective of anyone who lifts weights, or if you're a bodybuilder, which those two are pretty much the same, so to speak. So let's get into it. All right, so what makes watermelon one of the superfoods that you need to eat as far as fruits are concerned that will give you, the benefits of looking like a bodybuilder or building mass or making your muscles look plump and full? It has a amino acid in it called citrulline. Citrulline is something that is found throughout watermelon. It is found, I think, more abundantly in the white fleshy part of the watermelon that we call the rind. But whenever you're eating watermelon, you don't just want to eat the pink part or the reddish part. You want to eat the white fleshy part as well. And if you don't want to eat it, another thing that you can do is you can take the pink fleshy part as well as the rind. And what you want to do is cut the white part out. Some people usually just cut it up and just throw the whole thing into a blender, a mixer, or a juicer. And what you want to do is take all of those pieces, put them in whatever it is that you're using, and you want to blend them up, juice them, and then you're gonna drink it just the way it is. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you guys a formula that I created. Well, I got it off of Instagram, and it's gonna be dealing with basically what's going on in this particular topic. Whether it's bodybuilding, lifting weights, or if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction. Now, with me putting this information out, I do not suffer from ED, but if I did suffer from ED, I don't have a problem talking about it. I think that's one thing, one of the stigmas about men in general that we usually don't talk about. When you look at females or the ladies per se, they talk about things like that. They have their doctors, which is a gynecologist that helps to deal with, feminine issues as it pertains to sexual health, sexual organs, and things of that nature. Men, we also have that as well. You will go and see a urologist. But still, even though we have those things in place, talking about sexual health, and especially if you're talking about ED, that is a topic that a lot of us, pretty much stray away from because it's kind of embarrassing for a lot of guys. I can understand why, especially if, you're with your significant other and, you get to the point where, y'all ready to do your thing and, you ready to jump on it and, your shit won't get hard or it's like semi-hard. Psychologically, that can fuck with a man to the point where he may feel like he's less than a man, or it may fuck with him in a way to where he may think that his significant other, may go out and try to find, that satisfaction from another man. But whatever the case may be, eating watermelon will cure all of that. And on top of that, as far as dealing with erectile dysfunction, you don't have to worry about taking the little blue pill. You don't have to worry about, the money that you would have to kick out to keep that supply coming in. Watermelons are pretty cheap. You can go to the grocery store and pick up a watermelon. And now that watermelon season is in, sometimes you may find farmers like out on the side of the road, posted up with their produce, and you can go right there, pick up a watermelon, very cheap, take it home, do what you need to do with it, and then reap the benefits, or get the benefits from the watermelon, by consuming it. So, getting back into the meat of this conversation. So, like I said, in watermelon, you have an amino acid that is called citrulline. When the body ingests citrulline through food, what happens is, or even through supplementation, what happens is it causes the body to produce what is called arginine, or citrulline morphs into arginine. Arginine morphs into, or doesn't morph into, but what it does is it causes the body to produce what is called NO, which is nitric oxide. All of these things are key to dealing with lifting weights or bodybuilding. So as a bodybuilder, when you go into the gym, even as a weightlifter, what you're looking for is the pump. And what the pump represents is when you're lifting weights and you're trying to flush as much blood into that muscle as you possibly can. That's going to make the muscle look bigger. It's going to make it look thicker. It's going to make it look fuller. That doesn't necessarily mean that, it's going to increase your weight. That will happen over time. But these are the things that when you consume watermelon, this is what it does. So, backtracking a little bit, citrulline converts into arginine, which is an amino acid, which is a precursor to NO production, which is nitric oxide. So, with getting that pump, what this does is when you consume citrulline, converts into arginine, which helps to produce NO, which is nitric oxide. What it does is it becomes a vasodilator. So it opens up the arteries to the point where the wider the arteries are, the more blood is going to be flushed throughout the body. So with that flushing of the blood, or with the blood increase, then you have an abundance or more nutrients going to different parts of the body. And this is going to help the body feel better. Then on top of that, the body is being nourished in a high level capacity. So this is one of the benefits that you get from consuming watermelon. At the same time, and if you notice me looking to my left, which is going to be your right, sometimes I'm having to refer back to my notes. That way I don't miss anything that I want to give to you guys. But to keep the conversation going, another thing that watermelon does, as far as those amino acids are concerned, it also helps with recovery and function. And you're going to want that, especially when you're having those intense workouts. Because when you have those intense workouts, you get sore. Sometimes you may not want to go to the gym. It's kind of hard to move because you're a little stiff because of the pain and whatnot. And with these particular ingredients that are in watermelon, it helps you to recover faster. It is also packed with potassium and magnesium. These are considered to be electrolytes that support muscle health during intense training. It is also packed with antioxidants such as lycopene. Now, lycopene is going to be very important, and that's going to be dealing with the second part of this conversation, which is dealing with erectile dysfunction. But what lycopene does is it helps to keep the prostate, or it supports prostate health. And that is very important when it comes to sexual health. Another antioxidant that is present within watermelon is beta carotene, which neutralizes free radicals and protect muscle cells from damage. So when you look at watermelon and all of the things that watermelon can do for the body, which I'm not even really scratching the surface with that. It holds a plethora of just different things that it does for the body. So that's pretty much it for the bodybuilding side. So what we're going to do now is deal with ED, or erectile dysfunction. So let me flip my notes around. Give me a couple of seconds. All right. So now, dealing with ED, like I said earlier, it is a topic that a lot of people do, or a lot of men do not want to talk about because it's pretty much embarrassing. And like I said, I can understand why. So how does watermelon help with erectile dysfunction, or helps to cure erectile dysfunction? And on top of that, it works if better. It works better than the little blue pill or any of the other pills that you will probably get to help deal with erectile dysfunction. And if you keep consuming watermelon, chances are, as well as changing your diet, chances are you're going to cure yourself of erectile dysfunction. So now, how does watermelon help with erectile dysfunction? So as I stated earlier, dealing with citrulline, dealing with arginine, dealing with NO production, these things are vasodilators. So when the arteries open up and that blood flow is able to flow without being hinged, and you're getting more blood flow throughout the body, well, that blood not only goes throughout the body, it also goes to the penis. So in order to get an erection, you have to have blood flow. So the more blood flow you can get into that member or the penis, your erections are going to be bigger, your erections are going to be harder. And that is a win-win situation. And on top of that, by you consuming watermelon and it producing these effects in the body, you don't have to worry about any harmful side effects versus taking the little blue pill or any synthetic drug that may have side effects. There are no side effects to eating watermelon. So, like I said, that's a win-win situation. And that's pretty much it as far as, watermelon from a bodybuilding perspective or aspect, and from a sexual or sexual health perspective, which is dealing with erectile dysfunction or what is commonly known as ED. So now I'm going to give you some extra benefits outside of the two things that we just talked about as far as what watermelon does. So there's this thing that is becoming real popular now, which is known as H3O2. What is H3O2? H3O2 is supposed to be structured water or living water. And the reason why it is called living water is because of the nutrients that are found in the juice, which is the water that comes from the fruits when you're juicing. This is where you get H3O2 from. Some say that it is a scam. I don't think that is true. And the reason why I say I don't think that is true is because this summer I've been consuming watermelon juice. And if you've looked at the video that I posted a couple of weeks back, the video that I posted with me lifting weights, there's a photo or still that's at the end of the video, where it shows my entire body. The results of the way my body is looking and how I'm feeling now is not only coming from the things that I eat, but that's coming from consuming watermelon juice. You see, I have very little body fat. I'm striated. I'm thick. I'm muscular. I'm in good shape, even though I have an illness that I have to deal with. And I'm on the verge of curing that as well. But these are the things that watermelon is doing for me. So with those proponents that are saying that it's a scam, I don't know where they're getting the information from. What I like to do is I like to be the example for the people that I give information to. Anything that I've told you guys to try or take, I've already taken it. And if you're seeing what it's doing for me, then that's the best way that I can answer the question of, does this shit work? It's working for me. I'm doing good. I'm 54 years old. I don't know how long I got left on this planet. Hopefully I will live a long, long life. And when I say a long, long life, I'm not talking about living to be 80, 90, or 100 years old. I'm talking about living well past 100. And not just living, I mean thriving. Not looking like I've aged by 20, 30, or 40 some years. I've seen a lot of people that I've been around that are like in their 25, 30, 35 years old. I'm damn near 60 and I look younger than them and in better shape than a lot of them. So take my advice. This stuff works. Everything that I've been giving to you guys as far as the information, foods, supplements, all of these things work to keep you on the planet. You just got to do your part. So getting back into the benefits of watermelon and what it does. So I just told you guys about H3O2. So a lot of people are saying that H3O2 is more hydrating than H2O. Now, I didn't even know what the fuck H3O2 was. The first time I heard about it was from this brother named Yaki Awakening. And I'm subscribed to this brother on YouTube. He gives out tons of information. I've done my research on a lot of the things that he's talked about whenever I'm able to look at his videos. And As far as what I've researched, the brother's not lying about anything. He's on point with everything that he's been talking about, from food, how food works, the science behind the food, how it affects the body, how food is indeed your medicine, and it is the only medicine that you should be taking to cure. Make sure your body is staying in what we call homeostasis, just overall health in general. Your food is your medicine, and we need to start looking at it that way. There's another gentleman who also talks about H3O2, and his name is Dr. Gerald Pollack. He's a PhD. Both of these gentlemen, I would suggest, if you want to know more about H3O2, look them up. You can find some of their videos on YouTube, and they can break this thing down as far as from a science point of view better than I can. So I highly suggest that you go to YouTube, look up the info. As a matter of fact, any information that I give to you guys, make sure you always double check, because hell, I could be wrong. It could be some information that has come out later on down the line that can disprove everything that I'm talking about. But so far, as of right now, everything that I've been giving you guys has been on point. So, what else could we talk about? Oh, dealing with H3O2. H3O2 is high in melons, berries, as well as grapes. All of these things you want to consume. If you don't want to eat them the way that they are, then juice them. Another watermelon that I have not heard a lot of people talking about, and I just recently came across this type of watermelon, is a yellow watermelon. It still looks like a regular watermelon, but the flesh on the inside is yellow. It has a higher concentration of citrulline than the watermelon that people are accustomed to eating. So if you can find a yellow watermelon, pick it up, eat it, juice it, whatever way that you want to consume it, just consume it, and you're gonna, get the benefits of what that watermelon has to offer. And that's pretty much it, man. So we're gonna close out with me giving you the recipe that I got off of Instagram. And like I said, I tried it. The shit worked. Now here's one way that you can tell before I get into giving y'all the ingredients that that I use. And that while I'm saying that, I got my watermelon juice right here. You ready to drink this? This is my first cup for today. But I'm about to lose my train of thought. What was I saying? Okay, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and get into what I was going to say about, the ingredients. So with the ingredients, what you're going to do is get a watermelon. You're going to cut out the fleshy part as well as parts of the rind. You're going to add a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. You're going to mix that up either in a mixer, a blender, or you're going to juice it. Once you do that, you want to strain it to get the pulp out of that, because you don't want to consume that. There's nothing wrong with it, but you just want to have smooth liquid. Once you get all of that done, get the pulp out the way, you can discard the pulp or whatever, or you may find another use for it. You want to put that in a container, put it in the refrigerator, let it chill, take it out, pour you a glass of watermelon juice, put it on ice, and drink it. Now, you don't have to add the cayenne pepper or the honey to it, but that's going to be dealing with everything that we talked about. But either way it goes, it's going to enhance what I've already stated. But at the same time, if you just want to do just straight watermelon juice, you're still good. But when you add that cayenne pepper to it, it's going to give it a kick. The shit is going to be hot, but it's going to do what I'm telling you guys it's going to do. Now, going back to what I couldn't remember, I was losing my train of thought. This is what I was going to tell you guys. For the men, this is how you may know that you have a problem with circulation in your body as it pertains to blood flow. Throughout the night, either every night, every other night, you should have an erection through the course of the night. So like, let's say you get up and you use the bathroom, your dick is supposed to be hard. You're supposed to have an erection. If it's to the point where you're going weeks at a time and you're not having an erection the way that I'm talking about, chances are you may either be headed down the road of dealing with erectile dysfunction, or there's something going on with your circulatory system as it pertains to blood flow. you may want to go and see a urologist and get that checked out and make sure that there's nothing wrong. But the reason why I'm saying this is because it is, if you're having erectile dysfunction, chances are, if you're not already having problems with your heart, sooner or later on down the line, you're going to probably start having heart issues. So that's another reason why you want to go and get that checked out. So if the heart is not getting adequate blood flow, chances are your penis is not getting adequate blood flow, which is going to lead to erectile dysfunction. Now, erectile dysfunction can come from many different things. It can come from the perspective of health wise, based off of what I'm talking about now. It can also be psychological. There are many different things that can cause erectile dysfunction. So the main thing that you want to do is, if you can't figure out what the problem is, go and get professional help. And then that'll give you a blueprint as far as how you need to attack, the issue that you're dealing with. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Just, try those things that I'm talking about, see how they work. But I'm pretty sure, you guys are going to be like, yo, the shit that you was talking about, it's on point. So until the next video, I salute you. Peace, and I'm out.